Okay, Pat, Kev, and Dave in our non-British midfield.
Pat, Kevin, Dave. That could be quite easy. That could quite easily be a 70s midfield lineup, couldn't it?
Yeah,
70s
for
English
Shrewsbury.
midfield. Yeah. Pat, Kevin, Dave. You three are in the centre, right? Fuck them up. All with your tashes.
Here we go with another episode of Eat My Goal podcast with Mike and Dan. This is the Portsmouth podcast. For those of you who are listening, Dan has just come uncomfortably close to his camera. This is the Portsmouth podcast where we also talk about some top level football, and as there's no Premier League at the moment, we're going to talk a little bit about the World Cup. We will review last week's FA Cup game between Portsmouth and the MK Dons. We'll preview this week's game, which is live on the Sky against Wycombe on Sunday. We're then going to also look at our all-time Premier League non-British or Irish 11, and this week we're talking midfielders. And I think we'll have a difference of opinion this week. I genuinely do. Yeah. And I think I know who it will be. Okay. We then have some quiz, Bon Angleterre, and then finally we'll get to that England/World Cup chat. How are you, Daniel?
Terrific.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, as I was just saying, a little bit ropey after drinking a little bit too much watching the England game last night. But we'll talk more about that game later. Should we kick off, as we now like to do so, with your iconic moment in the Portsmouth Football Club history?
Let's do it.
What do you have this week?
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
It's not groundbreaking, but it is this. Yay!
Sheffield that was 2002-03, was it
2002-03? Yeah.
It was
so
2002-03,
yeah, this was, and I was having a look at this earlier, and obviously the shit quality picture, but I'd managed to name them all, including this chap in the middle. Do you know that chap is in the middle? That's holding the that's next to us and holding the couple off.
I can't really
It took me a few goes, but yeah, it's not the best.
Gives a clue on position.
Who's this one here? Who's this one here?
Well, that's Yakubu, isn't it?
Yakubu on the end. Yakubu on the end. I'm not sure who that is next to him. It could be Pericard. Was Pericard? Yeah, I reckon that could be Pericard.
Yeah, it could be
next
Pericard,
to him.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, is Lassina Diabate.
Oh, good shout.
So what was he? He was CDM, wasn't he? As the kids call it these days.
Yeah, CDM. I think so. Yeah.
So I thought I'd go for another positive.
Nice, I like it.
So this year we went up.
Leicester to the title.
That's right. And do you remember how many points? Yeah. How many points we got and how many points we beat Leicester by?
It was fairly tight, wasn't it? But didn't we get 100 or 101 possibly?
We got 98.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 98.
Very high. And didn't we win by 2 points over there?
No, 6 points in the end.
6, okay.
Yeah, right. Leicester 92. And so do you remember what the game was that clinched promotion for the Pompey?
The Pompey. Do you know what? I don't. We were there, and I remember having that dilemma of whether to run on pitch or not. And then the steward was kind of like, nobody's going on the pitch at the end of the game, and he was like, yeah, all right, mate, yeah. And we were kind of half being respectful of that, and then in the end we did for about 10 seconds.
It was the fact that we were one of the few people left in the stands.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was against.
It was against Burnley. 1-0.
Oh, I don't know that at all.
Yeah. And Todorov was getting the winner. Todorov getting the winner. No,
I don't remember that game at all. I remember the end bit, that's all.
And then that was the 15th of April, 2003. And then 12 days later, we clinched the title with another home win. Do you remember who that was against?
No.
Rotherham 3-2. And I was looking at the stats for that season, and I knew we were good, but we were just pretty class. We had 10 wins out of the first 12 games, which I don't remember, but it's 10 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. And I remember the final day. Do you remember the final day, the results away to Bradford? Right, 5-0 we won.
Yes.
And it was
I remember
Todorov
now.
got a hat
Now you
trick.
told me.
Yeah, Todorov got a hat trick, which was the first hat trick scored all season.
How many goals did he get that season?
He got, off the top of my head, 26.
Yeah. Just plucked it out of your memory.
Yeah. And that game against Bradford was also there was something else that happened in that game. I remember. Oh yeah, Fester scored as well, which was his only goal.
Oh really?
Because he was another
Uncle
one
Fester.
that one of those players that Harry Redknapp did so well to get in for that season, didn't he? Sort of got lots of people like Sherwood, Fester, Todorov, if you like, got all those sort of players that have had well, I don't know whether Todorov had Premiership experience by then or not. I'm not sure.
But, was he at West Ham before that? He was at West Ham, wasn't he? Obviously with Redknapp. But I don't know if he played much at West Ham, did he?
No. So, but yeah, he did well to get those sort of players in, didn't he? And just kept them there for that. Merson, obviously, is another one.
Yeah.
It was there just for that season. Merson got 12 goals as well that season in the league, which I didn't realise he got that many. Yeah. And how many games do we lose all season?
2.
6. Close. 3 at home and 3 away. And do you remember what was crazy about the Leicester defeat at home 2-0?
Well, was that the day it chucked it down with rain?
Yeah.
It was actually bucketing it down.
Yeah. Do you remember what the referee said to Paul Merson? I remember reading about this at the time and thinking, well, that's just stupid.
What scoreline have you got?
He said, why don't you try using your left foot for a change, Merson, instead of the outside of your right?
All the time.
Yeah. No, he said, because Leicester were 1-0 up, and it was the game when, it was just torrential rain and the pitch was flooded and the ball was just stopping on the pitch.
Yeah.
And apparently Merson said to him, you need to stop this game, ref. This is stupid. And he said, if you equalise, I'll stop the game.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently so. So quality bit of officiating there.
Yeah. Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Nice. Iconic season.
Yeah.
The thing about that season for me was it was such a turnaround, wasn't it? Because we were bang average the season before. Was it Graham Ricks the year before? I think it was, wasn't it? And Redknapp was obviously brought in as that director of football type role. Yeah. But I don't know where we finished, but probably I'll guess around about 14th or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And it was just such a transformation. We were just so good.
Yeah, excellent. And just so attacking. I remember Matt Taylor as well, just being that the player that was just. I think he was wing back then, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he was just class and just. Like you say, it was just such a change to actually go to Fratton Park and watch these games where we're just battering teams and playing really well. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy memories. And speaking of that, segues us nicely. Speaking of wing backs, we saw a return of the wing backs this weekend against the MK Dons. I don't know why I keep calling them the MK Dons. I keep saying that. Apologies. Just call them MK Dons, I think. But yes, so change of system, 3-2 win. What were your thoughts on the game?
Well, you tell me what your thoughts were on the game.
I thought it worked well. For the first hour, certainly. I thought obviously their goal came very much against the run of play. We equalised almost immediately, which I thought was a well-taken goal from Rico Hackett. First penalty, definitely. Second penalty, I think that's a very soft penalty. It's kind of minimal contact, I thought. But, we'll take it.
He certainly bought it, didn't he? Bought that second penalty, as they say.
Yeah.
He was. What's the word they use? He was clever. He was clever. I love that. Clever, I love when they say that. Oh, he was clever there. What do you mean he cheated?
He waited for the contact. He waited for the contact.
Yeah, he was clever there. Yeah.
I thought it was a soft penalty, but we'll take it. And we're kind of hanging on a bit towards the end, aren't we? But I thought the shape looked okay. Whether we'll stick with it this weekend, we'll see. But I quite like it. Hume clearly is more of a wing back than a left back. He's not great defensively, but again, was getting balls in nice and early again, which I quite like. Who did we play right? Oh yeah, Swanson played right wing back, which again I think kind of suited him pretty well.
What's your thoughts on Hume's quiff? How are you finding that?
It's I'm not one to comment on others' hair, to be fair. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Mingy had a good first half.
Yes, yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Was it?
There's no cunny lift though, no cunny lift this week.
Left. No, we're not doing that again.
No, not any of that.
Yeah,
no, it's all right.
And what about the draw?
Yes, yeah, oh yes, yeah, absolutely. Very much looking forward to that. Hopefully, we'll be able to get tickets. Any idea when they'll ticket information will be available?
No, but I've already got my fingers in the pies. Fingers in the pies, irons in the fire. What's the word? What's the phrase? I've already got my
feelers out.
Feelers out.
Fingers in the pies. You've already got your fingers in the pies.
I've already got my fingers in the pies.
Yeah. Remind me never to have a pie at your house.
Yeah. So.
All right. Okay. Good.
But yeah, cracking draw. That's as good as it gets, I reckon. It's in fact it's exactly what we asked for, wasn't it? A really good Premiership team, but also one that we might even just
if they got an off day,
possibly be able to nick something. Do you reckon?
If they have an off day, I don't know. I think if it was down at ours, maybe. I don't know. Is it straight to? Are they replaying, or is it straight to pens on?
Oh, I don't know.
Third round of the FA Cup.
I'm never too sure these days.
No, keep changing.
Can I ask you another question? Slightly off topic on that. It's sort of off topic.
Is it about pies?
No. When are they bringing back the ABBA penalty?
I don't
know
why they binned it,
didn't they? And then it just never appeared again.
Yeah, I don't know why they binned it. Because it was only one season they did it for, didn't they? And I did wonder what you were going to say there. I thought there was going to be some sort of something about ABBA's latest tour and being hologram. So when they're going to bring back Maradona to play at the next World Cup, ABBA style.
No, I thought that the other day. I thought, that came out and then it just disappeared, didn't it? So
yeah, because it's supposed to remove the psychological advantage. Because apparently, statistically, the team that go first more often win on a penalty shootout, and that's supposed to remove that advantage. But it didn't last long, did it? As you say. I think maybe because people got too confused, even though it wasn't really that difficult to work out, was it?
Well, it's not really for other people to get confused, is it? As long as the officials know what's going on, then don't worry about thick Dave in the crowd.
No offence, Dave.
Banging his drum. Dave banging his drum. Banging his drum and ringing his bell. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Fair enough. So that'd be a nice little trip to London. Hopefully it'll be on the Sunday because there's a train strike on the Saturday. And Southampton are also playing in London that weekend, aren't they? So there'll be a lot of Southerners travelling to the capital. They're away at
Who do they get? Oh,
yeah. So I think we've got as much chance of going through as they have, really. Actually.
Yeah. See, this is a good thing about being a League One team again. You get excited by the FA Cup draw, whereas when you're in the Premier League, you're in the Premier League, it's not really exciting anymore, is it? It's just like, who did we get? We got
just Man United.
We got Palace. We got Palace away. Terrific.
Rubbish. Yeah, it's good. I very much hope we will get tickets. How much do you reckon they'll be?
I reckon they'll be all right. I reckon they'll be less than that. I reckon. I reckon Tottenham might even do a cheap kids rate. Do you reckon? Because they're going to have to get their fans in, aren't they? Because nobody out there is going to go, Pompey are here. Pompey are coming. Pompey, I've got to go down there and see.
Sweet.
See. Go see Cully Lift playing.
Yeah, that'd be good. So what about this weekend's game, Wycombe? So we've won 2 cup games now in the past 7 days. Now it's back to the league action, and Wycombe at home. Do you know we have 16 previous games against Wycombe?
Yeah, I don't like Wycombe. I don't like them. I reckon they've probably got a better. Have they got a better
Right.
record?
No, not quite. Pompey won 6, Wycombe have won 4, 6 draws.
All right.
I went to the first ever Pompey Wycombe game, actually, which I didn't realise until today when I was researching. But I would say that's the first half hour of that game.
True? Is that true?
Yeah, 2012.
No, that you do research.
A little bit. Yeah, and 2012 is it wasn't a League Cup game at all. It was the Johnson's Paint Trophy, and I have to say, I think it's the worst 30 minutes of a professional, not just Portsmouth, but any professional team I think I've seen. Portsmouth was horrendous for that first half an hour. We were 2-0 down at that stage. We could quite easily have been 4 or 5 down. We were 1-0 down after a minute. And bear in mind, at the time, we were Championship, and maybe we were League One. We'd just gone down to League One, but and they were League Two, mid-League Two as well.
Right.
And yeah, so they went 1-0 up after a minute, 2-0 up after 8 minutes, and ended up winning 3-1. I went with Macca, I think, and the game was so bad we missed our goal because we went for a beer at half time, and then McLeod scored on 45+1. But yeah, horrendous game. So do you know what? Pompey obviously have drawn 4 in a row. Do you know what Wycombe's form is like?
No, I'm not even going to try and guess.
Marginally better than ours. So last 6, they've won 2, drawn 2, lost 2. We've won 1, drawn 4, lost 1. What I think is really concerning is we've only scored 4 goals in those last 6 games, league games.
Yeah.
Only Shrewsbury have scored less in the same period of time.
Yeah.
So our creativity is clearly an issue, isn't it? See any major changes for this weekend? Do you think you'll stick with a 5, or however you want to call it, 3-5-2 or 5-3-2 or whatever?
I don't know. I just don't know. I think he'll just go back to basics. Go back to what he knows.
Back to the 4-4-2.
Go back to his 4-4-2. Yeah. I hope he doesn't, but then I don't know how Wycombe's set up. He's very much about that, isn't he? About how the other team sets up. He knows exactly what the other team are going to do, what their formation is going to be. He's always banging on about the other team and what their players are in there.
Now they're a lovely lad. They're a lovely lad, and how Gareth's got them playing some lovely football. He's a top bloke, Gareth. He's inside out. Yeah, I love it up there. The Wycombe's a great place to go.
Yeah.
I remember taking my Lincoln team there a few years ago, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
We just asked you how you were.
Yeah.
Didn't ask for a full rundown. Anyway, yes, I think we will return to winning ways. I think it'll be narrow, it'll be nervy, but I think we will. I think it's going to be a super Sunday because we're going to win at lunchtime, and then England will be beating the Senegal later in the day.
Well, is Gareth Ainsworth still got that stupid fucking Barnet?
I'm pretty sure he does. Leather jacket.
The low cut, the shirt done up halfway, and his tight trousers. It's like, all right, mate.
Almost guaranteed.
All right, mate. I don't expect you to wear a suit, but for fuck's sake.
He's a rocker, isn't he? He's a rocker, a football manager.
Yeah, have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen his rock that he plays?
No.
I saw a clip of it once. I'm a wanderer, dear wanderer.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Ooh, yeah.
I bet he's got a couple of quos in there, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of quos, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, what do you think? What do you think result-wise?
So where are they in the league?
They are, I can tell you, actually, they're currently 12th, 25 points from 19 games. We're 7th, 29 points from 17.
Can I give you one of those predictions where I just ask for a nice performance again, please?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll just want a nice performance, please.
A nice performance.
Yeah.
And
just
see where it goes from
just
there.
something. Well, I mean, as we said the other day, me and you were the only Pompey fans impressed by the Derby draw. So I'd happy to continue from that. Continue
the style of play.
Yeah. just obviously a little more in the final third, please, and maybe give Scarlett a little rest. And
Yes.
stick Piggott up there with Bishop. Yeah. Can we do that?
I think that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Although the fact that Curtis played up top with Bishop at the weekend when Piggott was available, I think Piggott available? I'm sure he was on the bench, wasn't he? He came off the bench for the last few minutes. So. Bit concerning that maybe there's an issue there that maybe he's not a fan of the pig.
See, I haven't been too upset by Curtis's performances either. He seems to, I think, since he's been sub-moral, he seems to be coming on and
doing all
fired
right.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves a fight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Loves to get involved in stuff that really is nothing. He's like one of those annoying kids at school who just try and start things for no reason. What was that? You looking at me? You looking at me? What? What'd you say?
Yeah.
Nothing, mate. Didn't say a word. Didn't say anything.
Nothing, Ronan. It's Ronan, actually. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry.
That reminds me of the potentially antagonistic interview. They're interviewing the American centre midfielder Adams before the Iran game. And his first thing, he said, well, I have two things. First one's not really a question, it's just a point. Our country is pronounced Iran, not Iran. And just wanted to point that out to you. And secondly, and then he said something about, how do you represent a country that has so much, don't you feel a hypocrite representing a country that is so negative towards minorities? It's just such an antagonistic thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Bizarre. Anyway, just remind me that he responded very well, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
Right. Adams.
What did he say? Fuck off.
He said, well, Iran, you Iranians. Yeah, pretty much how he did it. Okay, so you kind of interrupted my amazing link there, because my link is Adams is a centre midfielder. Oh, and he's not British or Irish. Do you know who else is a centre midfielder and not British or Irish? Let's have a look at our all-time Premier League contenders. So we've got 3 spots because we want to have 3 forwards. We have 3 spots available. I have shortlisted 10, but I've longlisted 10. I've then taken that down to 5. So I'll give you the also-rans, and I won't give you too much detail about them, but I will tell you who they are. So the 5 that didn't make the cut were N'Golo Kante, Xabi Alonso, Robert Pires, Claude Makelele, and Emmanuel Petit did not make
Claude Makelele, the beer can. Have you heard that one?
No.
Okay. Maybe
Go on,
Google
pray tell.
Oh, okay. It's just that his penis is the same size as a beer can, apparently.
Really? Excellent. So you come here for football stats and you get above and beyond.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
There you go. This is what
above
you get.
and beyond. Claude Makelele, the beer can. I thought it was maybe something to do with Jamaican roots, saying he loves bacon.
No.
So the 5. So anyone there that you feel should be potentially in the team?
Well, I think Kante. Yeah, Kante was on my list as a possible, but I think you've got better and more and people with more experience, more longevity in the Premier League. So are we ruling out Eric Jemba? Just
he didn't make the cut, unfortunately.
I'll cross him off there.
Eric Jemba. Do you want to know an interesting fact about N'Golo Kante?
I do want to know,
You do. You have to think about it.
Sometimes I'm not really up for stats.
He's been in England. He's been in 7 domestic cup finals. Do you know how many of those 7 that he's won?
I would say none then.
Well, he's won 1, just one, but he's lost 6. He's lost the last 6, in fact. The last 6 cup finals he's appeared in, he has lost, but he does have a Champions League and a Europa League medal. Okay. Anyway, so these are the 5 that have made the cut,
and a World Cup medal, of course.
And a World Cup, of course, indeed. Yes. These are the 5 that did make it. And there's a couple of World Cup winners here as well.
Yeah, go on. Let's see.
So I'll start with Matrick.
He's on the list.
307 games played, 31 goals, 3 Premier Leagues, 4 FA Cups, all with Arsenal.
Yep.
Next, we have Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, he's on the list.
The only current player who's made the list. 224 games, 60 goals, 4 FA Cups, 4 Premier Leagues, 1 FA Cup, 5 League Cups. Next, sticking with Man City, Yaya Touré. 230 games, 59 goals, 3 Premier Leagues, 1 FA Cup, 2 League Cups. There's a theme here because next I've got David Silva. 309 games, 60 goals, 4 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 5 League Cups. And the final one is Cesc Fabregas.
That's it. That's the 5 that I've got.
Is it really? Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Premier League, 350 games, 50 goals, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups. I didn't know that Fabregas wasn't part of the team that won the. He was obviously too young at that stage, was it? It was obviously before his time. But he didn't win the league with Arsenal. Yeah, his 2 Premier Leagues both came with Chelsea.
Was he not? I think he was there, wasn't he? But wasn't he sort of a child at that time? Wasn't he?
Very
young? I think he sort of came towards the end, didn't he? I'm not sure.
I don't know if he didn't get a medal by the looks of it, according to Wikipedia.
But don't you have to play 10 games or something to get a medal?
Yeah, possibly.
10 games.
Possibly. So when was that? That was 2-3, wasn't it? That season.
Yeah. No, it was 03-04, wasn't it? Because it was a season we
03-04, yes, it was. Yeah.
They didn't beat us. Did they? On that run?
No.
Did they?
No. So he would have been, how old is he now? 36? So he would, he broke into the team at 16, didn't he? So
yeah.
All right. So who are we going to go for? How are we narrowing those down to 3?
Right. Okay.
I've got 3 in my mind.
Okay.
But who are your 3?
Okay, my 3 would be I would rule out Fabregas purely because how many titles is it he's won?
2.
Just the 2 with Chelsea.
Just the 2.
Yeah. Mine I would go for De Bruyne, definitely.
Yep.
Vieira, definitely.
Yep.
And then who we got? Silva and
Touré.
Robert Pires. Did you say?
No, Touré. Yaya Touré.
Oh, Yaya Touré. When did you say Robert Pires? You did say Robert Pires.
He was in the 5.
Oh, he was
part of the 5 that didn't make the top 5.
Get rid of Touré as well. You've got your Vieira in there, and I think they're very similar players, aren't they? And if you've in the fact that they're both 6'5" and black, so that's how I've compared. That's how I compare the 2. No, but I think if you've got Vieira and Touré, they're quite similar players, aren't they? So I would pick Vieira out of the 2. Obviously, Touré was more attacking and scored some great goals, but De Bruyne, Vieira. And I would go with Silva, I think.
Oh, do you know what? I thought it'd be more contentious. I would 100% go the same. I think David Silva was one of those players who you could just watch him play all day long. Him and De Bruyne. I've not seen them play live, but I would very much like to. Go on.
We're not pronouncing De Bruyne properly, are we?
Oh, go on.
I've noticed that it's De Bruyne now.
De Bruyne.
Yeah, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne. Is that like the Griezmann?
Griezmann and De Bruyne.
Yeah, De Bruyne. Okay, so is it Kevin? Is Kevin okay?
Kevin
De Bruyne.
Yeah.
But we're okay with David Silva. It's not David.
David.
David
Silva. Yeah.
Okay, Pat, Kev, and Dave in our non-bridge midfield.
Pat, Kev, and Dave. That could be quite easy. That could quite easily be a 70s midfield lineup, couldn't it?
Yeah.
70s English midfield. Yeah. Pat, Kev, and Dave. You 3 are in the centre, right? Fuck them up. All with your tashes
and your sideboards.
Yeah. I think De Bruyne. De Bruyne, how many titles did you say? 5 or 6? De Bruyne.
De Bruyne already has 4.
4, and that's out of how many seasons? I mean, we're discarding when he was at Chelsea. That was a
I
waste,
think he only played
waste
about
of time.
8 games for Chelsea, I think.
Yeah.
But he's been at City about 8 years now, hasn't he? I think.
So that's a pretty good return. I think when you've got players like Kante who are, I just think absolutely class. I just think you've got 2 titles. Yes, you've done it for 2 different teams, which is also a good stat. But with De Bruyne, when you've got 4 titles out of 8 seasons, and you've been runner-up for those other 4 seasons, I would imagine, and just everything about him, isn't it? He's just the assists, the goals.
Yeah. His passing is phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
People say about kind of Gerrard's passing and Beckham's passing. I think his range and vision is up there with them for sure. Some of the ball is just phenomenal. The
on a
passes
plate.
he sees.
Yeah.
With David Silva, as kind of thing with him is he's always so mobile as well, isn't he? He kind of creates something out of nothing. He's all over the place. If you say what sort of player he was, you'd probably say more of a flair player. But if you look at the work rate he used to put in as well, I think he was one of the catalysts as to why that City team started to convert and become successful like they did, because his work rate was just amazing.
Yeah, and for a relatively small player as well to do that well in a
diminutive,
in the Premier League. Yeah, diminutive. Yeah,
typical Spanish midfielder, isn't he? And obviously Vieira, absolute ledge.
Just a beast.
Cool, I like that. It's a good team. It's good, and we also now have a non-northwest based player. Only one though, in Patrick Vieira.
Yeah,
not a single Manchester United player in that list. Apart from Jemba Jemba, obviously, but
apart from Jemba Jemba, but who else would? There's Veron. That's
Who
was the other black dreadlock? Was it dreadlocks?
Anderson.
Anderson, yeah.
Anderson. Well, I did a bit of research, and the only one that came close was Jason Park. But then when you got a player who is, because a lot of people rate him, don't they? A lot of people say he is.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of professionals rate him, don't they?
So he was hardworking, but I think he was quite often used from the bench, wasn't he, or in times where they just needed to be solid, and Anywho, go on. You look like you're going to say something.
I was, but I did.
Okay.
Because when you made the hard-working comment, but carry on. Yeah.
Okay. I think we put 2 and 2. All right, so that's our team: Vieira, De Bruyne, and Silva.
Yeah. So that's a team, then, isn't it? Schmeichel.
That is a team.
Schmeichel, Zabaleta.
Zabaleta.
Do this every week. Evra, Company, Vidic, Vieira, Silva, De Bruyne. Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
And 3 attacks to come.
Very nice. And obviously, I think we'll both agree that one name is pretty much nailed on, but I think the other 2, I think they're going to be a bit tricky. I think it's going to be tricky.
Well, I don't know. You think we're both going to choose Timo Pukki, do you?
I was going to say Faustino Spria.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think he'll be on the long list, surely. Pukki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I don't know. Do you reckon any current players will be on there?
Well, there's a possible chap at Liverpool, isn't there?
I don't think Nunes has done enough yet, has he? I suppose we've got to include him, haven't we? He is quality
on the list, isn't he? Yeah.
Well.
Oh, and another one at Tottenham.
Oh yes. I was thinking Harry Kane's definitely British, but yes, absolutely. All right. Well, it's quiz time, Dan. It's quiz time. It's currently 4-4 after my phenomenal return to form. 4-4. Do you have a theme to your ones this week?
Yeah, kind of. It's sort of like records.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. Premier League statty record things. Yeah. 5 questions. You could get full house. You could get full house. Okay.
All right.
Are we ready? Straight off, yeah?
I'm answering first. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Go on.
Okay, right. So the first one's a bit tough, but right. Pompey's record sale was Glenn Johnson to Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
So this is the only Pompey themed one. How much did they sell him for?
Reportedly, they sold him for. I know the approximate figure, but I'm between two. This isn't my answer, but it's either 18 or 20 mil. I'm going to go with. It's not over, is it? I'm going to go with 18.
Well, I've got 20.5. So if you'd gone for 20, I'd probably given it to you. But 20.5 is the answer.
Okay, good start.
Okay, right, here we go. Here we go. Second stitch-up question. Right, question 2. Which Englishman in the current season? Which Englishman has conceded 3 penalties in the Premier League, which is the most this season? Which Englishman has conceded 3 penalties in the Premier League this season, which is the highest of any player?
That's a question, isn't it? I'm going to go. Is it by Englishmen? Are they currently in the England squad? Am I allowed to ask questions to narrow
Absolutely
down
not.
the field of the range? I'm going to say James.
How are we doing on that 5-second rule?
James Tarkowski.
James Tarkowski, unfortunately, is not right, but it's the right sort of.
Michael Keane.
Right sort of standard. No, I was going to say that he was touted for the England squad for the World Cup, but didn't quite make it. How about that? Would that have helped you? In fact, I think we had a conversation. No, we had a conversation about how somebody said that he is he's the player. I can't remember what the quote was now, but he's England's greatest defender, or possibly England's greatest defender, or something like this. So he's a world-class player that's missed out for playing for England. He's not at all.
Steve Bruce.
No, it's Lewis Dunk.
Oh, well, really? Okay, yeah. Okay. I wouldn't have guessed him at all, but yes, yeah. I remember that conversation now.
Right, here we go. This is gettable. Right. This one. All right, ready?
Go on. Good start.
James Ward-Prowse is the top Premier League free kick scorer with 14. Which Scandinavian is second on the list with 11 free kicks?
Well, I'm going to guess. Pedersen? Morten Gans Pedersen?
Oh, it's so close.
John Arisa?
No. It's Sebastian Larsson.
Oh, yes. Okay.
This isn't going as well as I thought. Right, here we go.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Which current Premier League goalkeeper has saved the most Premier League penalties in PL history? Current Premier League goalkeeper. Still playing, as in he's not just a bench warmer. He's not just to make the numbers up.
Okay, so
I don't see him as being that old either. But yeah.
Hugo Lloris.
No, but good guess. It's Fabianski.
Oh, okay.
Right, come on. I'll do a Ken Bruce. Yeah, I'll do a Ken Bruce. You're going to get this one, all right? Harry Kane has hit the woodwork 35 times in Premier League history.
Yeah,
But which Dutch player leads the woodworkery hitting stats with 44?
Oh, God.
Harry Kane has hit the woodwork 35 times. The word work in 35 times in Premier League history. But which Dutch player leads the woodworkery hitting stats? I wrote this myself, by the way, with 44.
No way. I feel I'm going to get a 0 here. I'm going to have to say
which Dutch player?
So
they got a choice. You've probably got a choice of 2, haven't you? Really? Have you got 2 in your head?
Yeah, I have now. The 2 I've got are Van Persie or Bergkamp. I'm going to go with the wrong one. I'm going to go Van Persie.
Yay!
Is it right?
Correct, Armando. Yeah, that's
Hey, I've given you a
correct.
target to chase. All
That's it.
right, you're gonna get it. You're gonna equal that with the first question. So
No, you say
theme.
this every week.
My theme is the era when Portsmouth were in the Premier League. So it's just about Premier League, but the era of when Portsmouth were in there, and some are linked quite nicely to the club of Portsmouth, but including the
So
first one.
we're talking a 6 or 7 year period, yeah.
7 years, yes, but there's only 5 questions. So, firstly, 2003.
I didn't expect there to be 7 years worth of questions.
No.
I understood there was still going to be 5, yeah.
2003-04 season. 2 clubs avoided defeat against Arsenal in the Invincibles season. Portsmouth, as you've already mentioned earlier, were 1. Who were the other club to avoid a defeat against Arsenal that season?
I know this as well, and I can't remember who it is. No, it's going to have to be a guess. I'm going to go with, and I'm going to kick myself. I'm going to go with, let's go Man United just for the sake of it.
You go Man United?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Hey!
Told you they're guessable.
Yep.
Second one, 2004-05. Again, linked to Portsmouth. West Brom survived on the last day. But how many points did they have?
So they usually say 30, don't they? They usually say 30 is your lower limit. But I'm going to say that. Let's go. I just don't know whether to go higher or lower. So I'm going to go with, or is it 40 points they used to say? I can't remember now. Now I'm getting my head. 33.
33. I like the fact that you just kind of threw yourself in there after analysing it yourself. It was 40 was the figure you were thinking of
the
before.
limit, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. 40 and generally regarded safe. Only one team has gone down having had more than 40 points. This was the lowest ever at this point. 34. You're 1 point out. Okay, I don't know why I might down scores. It is harsh, yeah. Okay, 2005-06 season. Against which club did Alan Shearer score his last Premier League goal in April? Just for the win. I know you'll know at least one of the next 2 questions. Okay.
I know he got his record goal, didn't he, against Pompey? But I'm going to go with Aston Villa.
I think he got his 200th against us, didn't he? Was that right? Yeah. Aston Villa. It was Sunderland.
Oh.
His final goal was against Sunderland.
Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, it wasn't a penalty, was it?
Oh, I don't know. Don't have that much information. In 2008-09 season, Richard Dunn received the 8th red card of his Premier League career in January 2009, which equaled the then record at the time. I don't know if it still stands or not, but it equaled the then record of 8 sendings off, which was also held by 2 other players. I just need you to name one of those 2 players. Any one of those 2 players.
Let's go with. I'm gonna go with Vieira.
One was Duncan Ferguson, and Patrick Vieira was the other. Victory is yours.
And it's funny with Duncan Ferguson because I just don't remember him doing anything, and I must have. I just don't recall him doing anything in the Premier League.
Really?
He's one player that I remember him. Yeah, I remember that. That's about all. But I remember him scoring a really good goal against Man United, but I just don't remember him getting sent off 8 times.
Well, yeah. I remember him getting sent off a few. Nicely linked, actually, Duncan Ferguson. Because another thing I remember about Duncan Ferguson is when Jimmy Bullard did the little. It's when he was kind of like looking at him when he was just like, "All right, mate, calm down." Anyway, final one. You'll get this. So your victory would have been complete anyway. So, which club was Jimmy Bullard playing for when he gave his teammates a mock dressing down as a goal celebration against Manchester City?
That was Hull.
That is correct. And you have won this week's quiz by 3 to
Hurrah!
1.
Back in the lead. Back in the
5-4
lead.
is your weekly lead. Congrats.
Woohoo.
Congrats. Well done. I was well happy with that. I did really,
Yeah.
really well. Again, confirming my football knowledge. It's second to none.
Well, I think as I was reading them, I was thinking, oh yeah, these are actually a little bit harder than I said. So
Yeah.
sorry, I've got a cat here trying to
get involved.
Yeah, trying to get involved. Back off.
No.
Right.
So we're gonna round up the World Cup for you.
Yep. Let's do it.
What's your thoughts so far, Dan? By the way, just on the World Cup. So Argentina won 2-0. Saudi Arabia did put a goal back, and so Mexico and Saudi Arabia are both out. Poland, Argentina are through.
Oh, Poland snuck through, didn't they?
They did. So what's your thoughts overall? You enjoying the football?
Half and half, really. I think even some of the good games are sort of like England-Wales game, for example. It's sort of half and half. Some games are good. Some games have been quite poor. But yes, it's all right, isn't it? It's all right. It's not. I don't think it's one that will go down in history as being one of the greatest. There was a few upsets. No, I don't know. It's just sort of plodding along.
There's some strange games, isn't there? There was obviously the Japan-Germany group is a strange one because obviously Japan beating Germany, then Germany drawing to Spain, who had already smashed Costa Rica, and then Japan losing to Costa Rica.
Yeah,
it's very, very bizarre. And then obviously, that could still go any way. Who's your early favourites?
I think France. I think although they lost Griezmann, they lost to Tunisia earlier. That's with their second string team, wasn't it? I don't know. I just think and Spain. I think it's just these teams just look at different class. And I think we'll touch on that when we speak about England in a minute. But I just think they just look like they've got more flair, more talent all across the pitch. I don't think, as we said a couple of weeks ago, I don't think Argentina have got it. I don't think Portugal have got it. Brazil, obviously. Brazil are there as well, aren't they? But who knows what their defense is like? Who is it they've played so far? Brazil. They've
okay, of course. So they played Switzerland.
No, not bad. Switzerland. They're much.
And they played Serbia and won. Serbia I thought played all right first half, but didn't really create anything. They just played to stop them from playing, didn't they? But Brazil have looked okay. I think Neymar.
And who's the last game?
For them.
Who else?
Their last game is Cameroon.
All very winnable, isn't it? I did see a lot of things saying that England were in the strongest group statistically.
We're the only group that had all of the teams in the world's top 20.
But then I just thought, well, who was the group that I saw today? And I thought, well, that's the Argentina one for a start is. Other than Saudi Arabia, you've got Mexico and Poland, but okay, whatever.
I think Argentina's made it difficult for themselves by losing to the Saudis, didn't they? Well, I agree. I don't think Argentina look all that. Spain and France, I think, are clearly the top two, but we shall see. I think we're in the mix, to be fair. The only problem I think we have is defensively. I'm very nervous. I think all the other teams we've mentioned, France, Spain, and even Brazil, are stronger defensively. Did you know?
Yep.
Silva,
I'll come back to that nervous comment in a minute. We talk about England.
The Chelsea Brazilian centre back. What's his name?
Thiago Silva.
That's it. Thiago Silva.
The transvestite.
Do you know? No. Do you know how old he is?
56. No, is he? He's got to be surely late 30s, isn't he?
Yeah, 38. And the reason why I say that is every single post I've seen about him in recent weeks is, I can't believe he's 38. Why can't you believe it? It's mentioned in every single. It reminds me of. Do you remember when Norman Whiteside was coming through? He was 17, and everyone said, "Oh, that's 17-year-old Norman Whiteside." Then every time, it's almost like it was part of his name.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's 38-year-old Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'm intrigued. Transvestite.
Or my son's hit 18. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's 18. Oh, really? Well, if you just work it back from the today to the day he was born, it's 18 years, isn't it? Very believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, transvestite.
So, no, I was talking about the nervous thing. I was going to talk about is you made a comment about nerves. I can't remember what you said now.
Okay.
But I thought England looked a bit nervous last night in the final third. I just thought, are we going to talk about the England game now?
Go on. Let's do it.
So the England Wales game. I think I'm one of the few people that didn't overly enjoy it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, I thought the goals after half time papered over the cracks, as I mentioned to you.
Yeah.
What were the
cracks, do you think?
Okay, well, I thought the first half, we were in control, and Southgate has obviously instilled this thing into them, which is a good thing, which is very much like who else does that? Guardiola, I think, is another one of those managers that sort of just says, don't panic, just keep playing your way, and you'll get the chances. So that's good. It's good that we do that. We sort of keep that ball, and we just keep try and keep the ball as much as we can. But I just thought we didn't look. It's the two goals that were straight after half time, and all of a sudden we're absolutely super. The commentator was saying, "Oh, it's absolutely superb," and Rashford's a superstar, and all this lot. And I just thought, well, I didn't think we were that great. And I thought the first half, Henderson was just shocking. And
he seemed
people have been saying
excitable, didn't he?
Oh, it was really weird. And people have been saying, I've read a lot of things about people saying about Declan Rice being a sideways and backwards passing type player. And I really noticed it last night. And I noticed it with quite a few of the players. They just didn't seem to. I don't know whether that's what Southgate has said to them. I want you to just keep the ball, don't go forwards, just wait for the opportunity. But even Luke Shaw, when he got into the final third, looked nervous and looked like he was just trying to force the pass. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I just found it quite worrying. And it was the same against Iran for the first half an hour. I just thought we looked like we were struggling. But then I guess once we have got that goal, then we do look good. Once we go into the lead. But will that happen against the bigger teams? You know, and if we go behind, what will happen then when we're forced to?
I don't think Senegal is as clear cut as people think. I think that would be our first proper test. I know you could say the USA was a test, but the USA, I thought we were just poor. I mean, really, really poor. And they were well organised and what have you. But you know, best teams know how to break those sort of teams down. But ultimately, that's happened, isn't it? But I think Senegal, I thought certainly against the Dutch, they looked very well organised. They seemed to have a lot of. They just seem to lack that. Obviously, they're missing Mane, aren't they? And I think that will be their downfall. Really, not having an out-and-out goal scorer or someone who can create something out of nothing. But I thought they looked well. They're going to obviously be physically strong. I don't know. I think I see what you're saying. And to be fair, I thought Rashford actually had quite a poor first half as well. I thought he gave the ball away quite often.
I thought he did.
I thought he could have done better. I think they're talking about it on BBC. He could have done better with that one-on-one. Could have maybe tried to go around the keeper and maybe got a penalty or something out of that. It just seemed to rush his shot a little bit, didn't he? He did the right thing by trying to lift it, but I think actually the option would have been to go around the keeper rather than over him. But yeah, it wasn't even so much that. I thought obviously the run was good, but other than that, he just kept his passing was pretty slack. He was just kind of giving the ball away regularly. But obviously much improved second half, took his goal as well. And I don't know. It is obviously positive. I think it's nice to see that we are coming through the group without defeat, which is unlike England, or even with the exception of the USA. I don't think we've even played that badly either. I think it's positive. I still don't think we're anywhere near the level of the other teams, but what I do think is good is that he's playing a lot of the core of the side is very young. I like Bellingham. I like Foden. I think Rice will be a better player in the years to come. And it's already a good player, but he's still only about 22, 23, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the core of the side is young. Saka is obviously, and even Rashford is still only 25. So I think we've got a lot of potential for future tournaments. I think if we can get to maybe a semi-final, I think that would have been a good job. But that said, we play France if we beat Senegal, don't we? We potentially could play France.
We'll probably be playing France. Yeah, I think they might have. They've got someone else, haven't they? And then it'll probably be France. No, is it France? They might be France, Argentina. I'm not sure. Oh,
that said, if we do play France,
France v Poland.
Okay.
So
So we play the winner of that, do we?
So we'd expect to be playing France, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I can't see it. Having watched the game this evening, I can't see Poland getting anything from that.
Yeah.
They're pretty poor.
Yeah, and then, well, we need to just see that's the real test, isn't it? When we come across a team like France. What's your thoughts on Harry Kane at the minute?
I think he's playing all right. I just think he's coming deeper than he needs to come. I don't think he needs to be there. And there's times against Wales where we had the ball out wide and we needed someone in the box and he was too deep. So I would, if I was England manager, I'd just be saying, look, just get in amongst the box more often. There's no need for him coming that deep. We've got plenty of midfielders to cover that ground. I know he does it with Spurs, but maybe he has been asked to do that because that's obviously, again, Spurs play with fast, wide players, don't they? So who knows?
Yeah. Do you think would you keep him in?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Even though he hasn't had a shot on target.
Yeah.
And only had one shot off target.
I'd be more concerned if we weren't winning games and we were relying on him. But I think the good thing is we're not relying on him, and he has. He's got 3 assists, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So and they were good assists as well. So I'd stick with him. Although I like Wilson as a decent backup, I don't think he's the same level as Kane or even close.
No.
Looks a little bit not nervous, but a little bit like he's in awe. Just he seems happy just to be there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think if we who knows, if we play France, we beat them. Who knows? But I think that'd be a tough ask.
Yeah. So France, Poland, and I'm just seeing who we'd have. I don't know. I don't know who we'd have after that. But,
how are you enjoying the punditry?
Yeah.
Let's quickly do best and worst. Do you think so far? So worst is probably the most competitive, isn't it? I think.
Well, that could be one of many, couldn't it? Really, Ali McCoist is up there.
Well, worst or best?
Worst.
Oh, really? I like Ali McCoist.
Yeah. Anyone Welsh? They're at the top. Is it Danny Gabardon or something?
Oh yeah, Danny Gabardon.
Danny Gabardon. Gabardon. Yeah.
Did you see Ian Rush after the game yesterday? He looked well happy to be there.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, well, that's my World Cup over. He was just kind of like slouched in his chair. Fair enough, the team's just lost, but you couldn't have expected to actually win that game, surely.
No.
Yeah, so Gabardon. Yeah, anyone else? Anyone else? So McCoist and Gabardon are who's your fave so far?
I don't mind Jermaine Genius. He's all right. He's all right.
Don't mind him.
I don't mind him. I don't know. There's too many now. Who else is commentating these days?
What about Klinsmann? Do you like Klinsmann?
Klinsmann. Oh, so are we talking? We're talking pundits and not commentators.
Well, either or.
Klinsmann's just like some old German nan that they've got in, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. I like his German American accent.
Yeah.
Obviously Michael Richards. Right. Michael Richards, enjoying him.
Fucking Michael Richards, yeah. Laughing at your own joke there, are you, Micah? Screaming with laughter at your own joke.
Every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes.
No, they're all right. They're all right. Souness, yeah, he's a laugh.
Yeah, always. I particularly like Alex Scott. I think she's very good. I think she's very
I do
good.
like
I
her,
think
yeah.
I think unlike some people, she is just very she's not a try hard. I think she's just quite accurate in her assessments. But yeah, okay, all right, good. Well, long may it continue. Next up is Sunday night, Senegal. We'll talk about that next week, no doubt. Hopefully, we'll be talking about our pending quarterfinal appearance. With Poland, yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so that concludes this week. If you want to get in contact with us, you can do so on Twitter at eatmygoal22 or via email at eatmygoal22@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Facebook at eatmygoal22. We do have you seen our Facebook followers?
What about Yahib or whatever her name was?
Yahib?
I can't remember what her name was.
Is this on Facebook or is this on
the lady you're having a chat with on was it on Twitter or Twitter the other day? She was a lovely lady.
She was lovely, wasn't she? She was a nice boy with your 30 followers, boy.
Hit you where it hurts.
But we do have a few new followers on we've got Spiros Narayanan. Hopefully I've pronounced that correct. We do have some others. Joe Blogs actually has a Pompey emblem on his thing. Robert Sweeney, Pompey Pompey News Now, PO Forecast are following us. Michael Daniel, Derek Randall, Harry Wood. I think all the rest we've mentioned before. Eddie Muck is also following us. And you'll like this one, Pompey in Comru. Pompey in Comru are following us.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need to do more on socials, I think. So you'll see us busy on socials in the next few weeks. All right.
And you'll also see us commentating on a Pompey game at some point.
Yes.
And that will be fucking funny.
That's called a watch along, Finley was telling me.
Yeah. Oh, is it? A watch along? Yeah. I'll get some outside punditers to join us.
Yeah. All right. There you go. We'll do that. We'll have a watch along soon.
I'll have an E on it, won't it?
There will be explicit lyrics for sure. But it'll be live. So what can you do? But yeah, don't tune in if you're easily offended.
No.
Anywho, I think I might edit some of this bit out.
I would.
Right, that does conclude
the last 45 minutes.
That does conclude this week. We'll have a similar one next week. You got anything to play us out with? Any celebrations? No. Okay. All right. We're off.
Just me and Kevin Harper.